Have you ever noticed that after spending time abroad or just a weekend with friends who speak differently, your accent starts to shift a little bit? So now imagine waking up one day speaking your own language, but everybody says you sound foreign. So that is what happens in one of the rarest neurological mysteries called foreign accent syndrome, or FAS. There are fewer than 100 well documented cases in the world, yet this condition tells us something amazing about how the brain shapes our voice and identity. So, the first known case goes back to the 1947. A Norwegian woman during World War II suddenly spoke with what sounded like a German accent. Since then, there's been an Italian woman who suddenly sounded Canadian after a mild brain event. A Dutch woman then whose accent turned French after a small stroke, and even people with multiple sclerosis or brain injury who developed accents that listeners described as Slavic or Chinese. Neurologically, it often happens because of a tiny areas of damage in the left hemisphere around Broca's area, somewhere here, the motor cortex, or in the insula. So these parts don't control what we say, but how we say it, the rhythm, the melody, and articulation that makes the speech sound native and makes an accent, right? When that fine coordination changes, speech stays fluent, but the music of it shifts, and our brain hears it as a foreign accent. Our speech system is incredibly adaptive. It's constantly tuning itself to the voices we hear around us, and that is why, after spending some time in another country or with somebody who has maybe a strong accent, we might start sounding a bit like them. It's the brain's way of connecting and adjusting. A beautiful example of neuroplasticity in action. So next time your accent slips after a trip or a conversation, remember it's not just an imitation. It's your brain syncing with the environment. And while the foreign accent syndrome is rare, it reminds us of something universal. Our voice isn't fixed, it's alive, flexible, and always changing with the world around us.